Howdy.
Hello.
Howdy, howdy, hey.
How are you doing?
Dandy as candy. We finished dinner. We're all good to go. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine.
I see, I see. What brings you to me?
Well, I was curious. I saw a video the other day, and I
What
wanted to
video?
get to know you. Oh, like what exact video?
Mm-hmm.
I was watching one of your like soundtrack videos, like the
Yes,
OST,
yes.
and I heard that more of a music person.
I do like music. I do
So,
enjoy singing too, now and then.
also heard that you're free to chat.
I am typically free to chat. That is correct. Mm-hmm.
So, I do have questions that you probably already know,
I have a
and
hunch.
I was hoping you can answer them.
Um, if there's anything I can't answer, I'll just let you know. But I'm a little
Okay.
bit private, but I'll answer what's not too secret.
Uh, it's not really like anything. Well, I tried to not make it anything like crazy, though.
Of
But I
course.
do have questions regarding like Yandere High School.
Yeah, of course.
So I was
Yeah,
hoping if
I'll
you could
share.
answer it.
I'll share what I can.
Okay.
There are some trade secrets we have, of course.
Um, so the first question, if you want to begin with this, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my first question is, how are you doing these days? Is everything going well for you?
They've been rather middling. Like, I'm in crippling debt, but other than the debt, though, I'm pretty fine. My family's here. We all take care of each other. Work hard for the money. And a bunch of real life stuff. So it's been all right.
Okay, cool.
Haven't been doing much projects though, even though I want to, but I just haven't had time because of work.
Yeah, time is always an issue for things.
Yeah, I'm not a little kid anymore like I was back in Yandere. I had all day to like, do all the recordings and whatever. Because I lived with my parents back then, but now I'm a grown up. I have responsibilities. It's been 8 years, by the way.
Responsibility.
Like it's been a long time. But people forget
Yeah,
that. They think I'm still the same. Like, no, it's been 8 years, my man. Life goes on. I'm an adult now.
yeah. But okay, that's good to know. For my next question is, well, technically you kinda already asked, but since you're fond of music, what was your first musical experience that led you to enjoying soundtracks and songs?
Oh, that's a good one. I'd probably say it was like, well, if we are gonna go way, way back, I'd say it's probably like Kirby Superstar. Like that song, that soundtrack it was so happy and bopping and all over the place. And back then,
Hmm.
music was like okay to me, but when I heard that, I was like, man, some of these songs are like actually kind of like they could. I didn't know the word addictive back then, of course, but they were addictive.
Right.
I think I was like 5 years old and I became like obsessed with Kirby. I drew him all over the place. It was really good.
Yeah, Kirby is such a good character.
Yeah. The series is just it's really cute. Back then, I always really liked cute things over cool things. Probably
Yeah.
still do. Like cute things just make me happy. Even though I know it can get really morbid and bloody and all that. Double entendres when you get like the real endings. I remember Kirby's Dream Land 3. The very first time I got like 100% and they give you like the secret boss, you break him, and then suddenly he starts spewing what looks like blood all over the screen, and it's like, is this game E-rated? What am I seeing? I was a
Yeah,
little traumatized. The song that played was so bopping though. I got through it. I was only a little scared, but once I killed him, it was gone. But yeah, Kirby, definitely Kirby.
okay. All right, the next question is, as well as liking music and doubling as a gamer, what
Hmm.
games do you play? Any current games you enjoyed? Or do you have an all-time favorite? Unless it's Kirby.
Well, I've really been into a game called Chrono Arc, which has been in like development for like 3 years now. It's still in early access, but it's like my game I play when I'm not doing anything. Like I just go to that game, play a round or two, have some fun, and then we're good. It's a roguelike deck builder, very addictive.
Mm,
It took me like almost a
any,
year to beat it on expert mode, but now I beat it on expert mode like regularly.
oh wow.
Yeah, it's a good, it's a fun game. I like it a lot.
What
Besides,
would you say, like, how long was the grind, I guess?
oh, well, to get to where I am now, to like doing expert mode and all these funky challenges, it was like about a year. Though I know some people in the Chrono Arc Discord, like they've gotten way better, way faster than me.
Okay.
Uh, well,
But now you're a super expert.
I would say I'm pretty good. Yeah, I'm way better
Yeah,
than I was back then. Back then, I could not beat expert mode at all. I could only do normal or easy. Now they even got rid of easy mode, so I had to cope to do normal. And now I'm doing expert, and I've done like some weird runs. Like sometimes I do no healer runs or guys only runs. It's funny. I
yeah.
call it the dad's day out when I'm only playing with the guys. There's less healers that are guys, so it's really hard.
I would
Hmm.
see, like, because healers are always important.
Yeah, exactly. You always want a healer. You don't want too many boo boos. But hey, you gotta make do with what you gotta do.
Yep.
Find some
Okay, next
bandages, eat some.
question. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yes.
next question is, are you a big anime person? And do you have an all-time favorite?
Oh boy. Well, I do feel like I was more into anime when I was younger, because I had more time to like binge watch and all of that. Uh, Probably one of the later animes I watched was like Magical Circle Gurumin, which it sort of plays like old Japanese role-playing games like Dragon Quest and the like. Very cute
Mhm.
anime. I would recommend it. Let's see. Besides Magical Gurumin, there's also Bomberman Jetters, which was really fun. I do watch Dragon Ball, Naruto, and all that stuff as well.
Mhm.
I actually really loved Naruto. I even like read the manga before the anime aired, just to stay ahead of my brothers.
Gone to all the movies. Right?
Yep. And I even like just 2 days ago, my best friend, he was watching like Dragon Ball Z movies. We were like binge watching some of them. We haven't finished all of them yet, but we're just binging through them. We did The World's Strongest and The Dead Zone and some Dragon Ball ones. It was a good time. But yeah, anime, I love anime. I've watched the quintuplets. I've watched what was it? Spy Family. That was a really fun one.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, you seen it?
Yeah,
Anya's so cute. I love her.
yeah. Having her power though, or
Mhm.
her like ability would be very useful.
Oh man, if I could
But
read people's
like,
minds in real life, that would save me so much trouble.
but at
Mhm.
the same time, hearing all the dangers wouldn't be fun.
Yep. That power is it's one you gotta keep in check, that's for sure. Have I been watching any anime lately? I was watching a Magical Girl Destroyer. That was a weird one. And, and Oh yeah, one of my favorite animes is probably Steins Gate. That anime is really good. Don't know if you've seen Steins Gate. There's
I haven't heard of it,
oh
but
shoot, that's like one of the best ones I've ever seen. It's got like some time travel shenanigans, but like the protagonist is like this edgy mad scientist guy, but he's just secretly a dork, you know. He's just trying to be cool, but deep down he's actually not an evil scientist at all. He's actually a good guy. He's very cute. I love Okabe. But yeah, I'd recommend Steins Gate if I had to recommend any anime to anyone. I
cool.
I feel like it has a broad range of people that would like it.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll
Mhm.
like it though.
Yeah, I would recommend it for sure.
Then I'll have to add it to my list.
Yes, yes. I'll write it down for you later.
Okay, next question is a question that I sorta ask a lot of people,
Hmm.
which is, would you have ice powers or electric powers?
Ice powers or electric powers?
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know. For electricity, you could supercharge stuff. But with ice powers, you could always stay cold and cool. And do you know there's actually a character in Chrono Arc that has lightning and ice powers? Funnily
Oh,
enough. Yeah, he's got like these twin swords. One has like lightning style, the other one's ice style, and if you could combo them together, it's really nice. But I guess I would probably go ice because I'm a winter baby and I just love the cold. And
yep.
slowly freezing to death would be real. If I had to die some way, I'd rather die on my own terms.
Okay. So the next question is, are you interested in the VTuber world, and how much is the expense to become one?
Oh, I actually have my own models of the. So for me, I got an artist to draw one model for 100, and then I got someone else to rig it for another 100, so it's like $200 total to make one, which is significantly less than everyone else out here spending like $1,000 and stuff.
Yeah, I heard one person spent like around 8,000, I believe,
That better
which
have been a
seems
boss
kind of
ass
nuts.
model, shoot. That model
Yeah.
better have had like super expressions and a bunch of outfits or something. Like, goddamn. Yeah, I do definitely feel like people overpay. Because, like, when you actually know how to rig, which I did learn, by the way, but when you know how to rig, it's actually not all that hard. Like, you'd probably spend, like, maybe an hour or two, maybe 3 or 4 if you want some extra stuff. But, like, it's really not that hard to rig stuff. Like, they definitely oversell it. Like, I could understand why we paid for, like, your hours of work, but it's definitely not worth, like, 100 hours for $100 for one piece. Even on if you go to like Fiverr, there's actually a dude that like rigs most models for like $5. Well, he only does
Yeah.
like the base models, not like, but like even like the most expensive he sells is like $30. Like that's way more fair than like whatever the frick these people on Twitter are charging.
Overpriced.
Yeah, they bloat it a lot. It's not
Yeah.
it's not really worth as much as they make it seem. Like you're probably better off just spending your time learning how to do a little bit and just doing it yourself if you want to rig a model. The drawing, well, that's that's always the goal. Especially if you
So,
can't draw like me.
well,
But the rigging is definitely bloated.
yeah. Okay, so the next question is, can you actually do fortune telling?
Like in real life.
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh no, magic isn't real, I believe. It's all baloney. I don't believe in magic at all. I do think there's like, a big factor of fortune telling is more probability. But usually they'll like ask you some sort of information before they actually make their fortune. Or they'll just look at some stuff about you really quick, like a cursory glance, try to see the type of person you are, the way you speak, the way you stand, the way you sit, the way you twitch your eye and whatever. Like it's all just of mostly just predictions based on probability. And you try to read someone. And reading someone at a glance is kind of hard, so they're usually kind of wrong. But the more you tell them, the easier you make it for them to predict your future. Because they'll know what you're more likely to do. and the situation you're in and how it's gonna end.
This was the secret all along.
Yes, it's all just probability.
Probability.
I do think I'm pretty good at reading people, but only if I, actually physically see them. Online, it's a little trickier, but you can do it online too. Like, for example, if someone were to tweet at me and be like, hey, can you read my fortune? I could just look at, like, their Twitter page and see what they've been up to and be like, okay, I think I have an idea of what's going on. It's not always perfect, but if anything else, I could always try to give them motivators. Like, if maybe they're like suffering, thinking of a girl they want to ask out, I could just be like, "Hey, you're gonna get lucky if you do these 3 easy steps and then ask her out." I try to help people if I can, even if it's
Mhm.
baloney. I like helping people. The one thing I like most is helping people. Second thing I like most is making people laugh.
That's the best thing to have in a person.
Even when I like join random like Twitch chats, I always try to make the Twitch streamer laugh. Hey, always a joy.
Okay, so these next questions are about yonder.
Alrighty, I'll answer some.
So let's see if we could get some answers. So the first question is, how are you approached to become a part of the series?
I was not approached at all, actually. It was during one of the Five Nights at Freddy's videos. Sam was like, he put up some ads for people to join. I was like, I've been watching like the Yandere and the Five Nights at Freddy's videos for a while. So I was like, these look really fun to make. I think I'll take a stab at it. I didn't think I'd get picked at all, but I thought, I can at least make Minecraft skins, so maybe they'll pick me based on that. So I applied, and then I won by default. It's actually kind of funny. So you know how you when you get like a form, you sign it and you like answer a bunch of questions and stuff, and you send your resume, and I sent like a skin and stuff. You know how people usually sign papers to do applications.
Yeah.
So you see, the reason I won was because I actually signed the application. A bunch of the other people were like, I guess they were kids, so they couldn't really interpret what they were reading well. So they just sent in like, oh, I want to join and stuff. Like they didn't answer any of the resume. So I mostly just got it because I had reading comprehension rather than an actual skill. Yup. But
Wow.
I did work hard to do the skins, and I was very proud of my Minecraft skins. So like, one of the first skins I made that was on the series was like, well, besides my own, um, I made Sam's outfit after like he robbed some dead body and he got like the suit that was quote unquote tailor made. Yeah, I was the one that made that. I put
You
like,
made that?
yep, I put some holes in the suit. I put some dirt stains. And of course, a piss stain, because I thought that'd be funny. And I also remember reading that, like, when people die, they urinate themselves. So
Oh yeah.
I made sure to subtly put the piss stain, and so people could notice it if they actually pay attention.
Um,
But
I
yeah,
can see the grade that you made that
yeah, I
that
did the same.
detail.
I did the same for Grian's Yakuza outfit after Yakuza Karu died, and he pretended to be him. I edited the outfit as well. They liked me because I was always really fast at making them too. Like I had to make that in the same day we were gonna record that episode. I was like, oh boy, all right, all right.
Okay, so the next question is, how was your time and experience working with Sam?
Oh, working with Sam, it was great. Sam himself, he's a really cool guy, very funny. And also the crew members, a lot of them were really neat. There was probably some I didn't like much, but it was very few. Like, but most of them, I loved them. I remember, particularly after I joined, the Starfinder joined. He plays Jerry. He's
Mhm.
I absolutely love that guy.
So funny.
Jerry was such a sweet man. He worked with like his little ice cream shop with his family. It was so cute. Yeah, he
That's
was like one of
cool.
my favorites. Uh, um, I also liked hanging out with JTS. He also plays Crabman
Yes.
Carl. He was really cool. And Hidden is a hidden talent. That's what he is. Because like he didn't get much lines in the show, but Hidden is funny. Like my God, especially when like the recording ended, he did this like improvised cooking show this one time. It was me, Hidden, Gracie, who plays Pufferfish Patty. Yeah, we were just hanging out. Hidden starts talking about all this cooking stuff. I'm busting my gut laughing. He is funny. It's a shame they didn't use him as much as they did. Like, oh no, Hidden was gold. I love Hidden.
Hidden's great.
Yup.
And the whole hidden and JTS sort of thing.
I ship it.
Um,
Of course,
so
it was
the
only acting, just so people know. The actors were not dating, just to clarify that.
Yeah, of course. So the next question is, are you still a part of Sam's crew?
I'm actually not in the Sam's crew, but if they ever ask me for anything, I would do stuff for them. Like if they ask me for like, hey, we need a skin, I was like, I got you. Now and then, and the thing is, the reason I'm not really in it is because, there was like, basically, since I'm an adult now, I have all this job that I can't really be free during recording time like I used to.
Yeah,
Uh,
especially back then, because
mhm.
just
Yeah,
just a kid.
back then I was a kid, so I was like, I can do whatever they need, I got you. But like now I'm an adult, I'm too busy. I do feel bad though, because I do miss the recordings. They were always so fun. Just, even if I don't do anything like in the episode, it's still fun just to watch and chill out with everyone. I do miss those days.
I'm
Even
not
though
gonna lie,
I do keep in touch with some of the old crew members.
I've
Mhm.
watched Yandere. I don't even know how many times.
I
It's
love
just
Yandere.
so good.
It is
Like
really good.
the beginning episodes are just
Hmm.
so like
Hmm.
wholesome to me.
Yeah, it's really cute, which is funny because it's also sometimes really morbid.
Yeah, and like it's just crazy how it just like it's all like making friends and stuff, and then
Yeah.
murders happen.
Is that,
Just
not a lot of people notice, but like when I joined, that was around the time Gareth was about to be killed. So, which is a shame because before I joined, Gareth was actually my favorite character. I loved how depressing but somewhat kind he was. But like he's like this depressed guy, but like he does nice things. Like he gives Sam back his bear after he finds it. I thought it was really sweet. Then he just commits suicide, and I'm just like, ah, he was
oh,
my
it's
favorite.
unfortunate. Wait,
Yeah,
we never got to see his wife though.
gee,
Um,
indeed.
or sh-
We didn't have like a model or a count for her, which is a very specific thing for that roleplay, by the way, because of the way it was set up. We couldn't hide the usernames, so we always had to buy accounts when we needed more characters.
um,
So yeah, we only bought what was absolutely necessary. We just mentioned her by name. I forgot what her name was. I think it was Jane Nightman or something like that.
Jane,
I think it was
I
Jane,
think
but
so.
I could be wrong though. It's been years. I think it was something like that.
I think it was Jane.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, so the next question was, how was choreographing each episode like? Was there a lot of retakes of scenes?
We've had some cuts, of course, but not many. We usually get it down in like one shot. Maybe we'll like pause to like move transition scenes, but there weren't usually cuts for like because of someone messing up their scene or anything. We were pretty good. Especially one I can really be proud of was like in Tokyo Soul we did a live recording in front of an audience. So we were worked really hard not to F up that one at all because there are no cuts. That was live. We could not screw that one up.
Yeah, being like just doing a normal video versus being live is like way different. And just like trying to not mess up and go with the flow.
Oh, definitely. We're good at going with the flow, especially. Hmm. uh,
Because,
yeah, like we're pretty trained to go on the flow when things go wrong. Like we bounce off pretty quickly. I think in Yonder, I can only remember like maybe actually like maybe 3 or 4 actual times we had to cut like or re-record a scene like that. We only had to re-record a scene like once, and the other time we had to re-record an entire episode, but that's because we lost the footage.
oh,
So yeah, it was the Christmas episode. We lost that footage completely. But hey, what came out was really good. The snowman episode was really funny.
yeah, it still came out great in then.
That's actually one of the few recordings I wasn't there for because I had stuff to do that day. I was actually in most episodes. Even if I don't appear there, I was there for the recordings. But that was one I was not there for, which I was sad about because it's like, oh, that episode was really fun. Oh well, snowman.
Um,
Hmm.
so who was your favorite person to work with on the show?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably Juzo actually. He plays Yakuza Karu, by the way, and most of Yakuza, and also the creepy old man in Tokyo Soul.
Oh, the creepy old man
Mm-hmm. Uh,
definitely lives up to his name.
yeah. So Juzo, he's he when we first met, he was really strict with me, but he's actually really nice and really cool, and he helped me out a lot when I was a newbie. And basically, he does a lot of stuff in the background because they're not getting the spotlight, so a lot of people will barely even know him. But he does a lot. He does all the extra roles, especially the roles nobody wants to do, which I'm grateful for, by the way. If you're watching this, Yuzo, I love you. Yeah, but yeah, we hung out all the time whenever the recordings like weren't happening. It was usually me, Juzo, and sometimes Neo Naxit, who also played a Yakuza guy briefly.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was just a real nice guy. Very funny. He had a sort of sarcastic, dry sense of humor, but I vibe with that. I love sarcasm.
Great.
Oh, another one was Sukiyaki. I'm sure you remember her. She was she was the sprite maker before me, so she was like my mentor figure. So I always looked up to her a lot.
That's cool.
She was very kind too. Always made sure I was doing well.
Do you have a favorite quote from the show?
My favorite quote. Well, for me, it would obviously be the line, I can be whatever you want me to be. There was actually a lot of deeper sentiment behind that line, but though I'm not sure anyone would ever feel as deeply as I did. After all, it was a
Mm,
journey of acceptance, and it's basically saying, you know, I'm whatever you want me to be, man. It doesn't matter. You want me to be a girl or a boy? I'll be whatever, man. I love you. I was like, oh. And like that line was improvised too. It just came to me naturally. I thought
cool.
it, so it was that's why it was one of my favorites.
Um, okay, so for these like last few ones, these are like probably some big questions.
Okay,
So,
I'll do my
um,
best.
so the first one is, are you in contact with any of the members of the show? Like, do you still talk to each other?
I'm in contact with some of them, yeah. Of course, again, they were my friends. I'm not just gonna leave them. Just because we don't work on the show anymore. Some of them aren't. Some of them have left the show, and I still talk to them. Others are still in the show as well, but I still talk to them. Even some of the newer people I talk to.
The next one is Who's your favorite of the trio of Sam, Tortoise, and Grian?
Oh, gee, that's a hard one. I mean, I know the obvious choice would be Grian because he like dated my character, but it's like I don't know, like don't get me wrong, Charlie's great. I love him. He's like the voice of reason, which they desperately need. But Joey's or Tortoise is so nice. He's just such a sweet being. I feel so bad for him. But then when you think back on it, you kind of remember that he was an ass in the beginning of the series. Sam was the bully victim. Then Sam becomes the crazy one. I was like, I feel for Sam because Sam he got the crap end of the stick in the early episodes. So him becoming crazy and possibly a killer is like, you guys kind of deserve it for not being nicer to him. But like the pick a favorite, that's a hard one for me, honestly, because they're all good in their own ways, and I love them all so much. I could not imagine the series without all three of them. It became so good when they added like Grian, I think.
They had such like this great dynamic,
Yeah, exactly. Like they're good on their own, but like together, that's like when they're the best.
and like with their like commentary, it's just
Exactly.
amazing.
And,
So
and also, I would also like to remark that Tortoise is a great actor because he knows when to stay quiet when he's off the scene, and he also does that thing where he leans back so his microphone makes him sound like he's far away, so that way it's like this character's far away. It's like I always love that he did that. A lot of the actors don't always do that kind of realism for the role. My God, Tortoise was talented.
um, the next question is why the name change from your older names?
You mean like on my YouTube?
Yeah.
Nah. That's just how I've absolutely always been when I was younger. I was always changing my username, changing my avatar. I was even known as that guy that changed his avatar like once or twice a day. But then, when I started getting a little bit more popular with the Majo Ellen name, I was like, if I don't keep this name, someone's gonna go out there and pretend to be me. But you know what? The problem is, even though I did that because I didn't want people to pretend to be me, people still pretend to be me. And it's like, you know what? This is fine. So in the end, I got nothing from saying me because there was always pretenders. But it's fine. Because, like, that means they love me or hate me. There was one guy on Wattpad, I believe. He pretended to be me. He said some mean things to the fans, and the fans come to me on Twitter and they're like, "Is this you?" And I'm like, "I don't know who the hell that is." Uh, but yeah, I realized in the end, it doesn't matter. You're always gonna have lovers and haters, so yeah, I'll keep the name, and I'm proud of this name. I don't care what good or bad things come with it. I love this name, and
That's right.
as for how I got the name originally, the Minecraft account was actually given to me by a friend. So I didn't have the heart to change the name on the Minecraft account because it's like, this is all I have left of them. They're gone now.
And it like holds a lot of like memories and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I love this Minecraft account. I wouldn't give it up for anything.
Okay, so we have two more left.
Okay.
So, I guess the second to last one is if you were in the place of the Yakuza member, how would you handle the rest of the series, I guess?
If I was in the Yakuza, I'd probably do some evil stuff like summon actual ghosts to haunt them. They think they could kill my Yakuza members, but my Yakuza members are coming to bring them back from the dead. I will summon their spirits, and the spirits will haunt them and hurt them and scare them and crush them. Doesn't matter how many you kill, that just makes my undead army stronger. Yeah, I'd be a threat, I think. I could play a villain pretty
Okay.
well, but I haven't actually played very many villains in the series.
Oh, now that I think about it, if you were a villain in the series, because you
Mm-hmm.
have like powers, right?
Yep. Don't.
These like psychic ability.
Yep. Clairvoyance, communication with the dead. I could ruin some lives if I were bad. But the character
I
was made to be more. They're like playful. Like
yeah,
they act all serious most of the time, but then they like throw in like snide remarks now and then. It's really amusing. I like it. They're not malicious, just mischievous. So they abuse their powers, but it's Sony selfishly.
um oh actually I do have another question.
Hee go ahead.
Alright, so you predicted Salex's death,
Correct.
but would that mean you knew who the murderer was this whole time?
I'm sorry, the voice got muffled. What was that?
Did would that mean you know the murderer this whole time then?
Well, my character did. They had a sensation, but they don't know who the murderer is. They only saw the event that she would be killed if they went to the school that night.
I see.
Of course.
But that would be like it's interesting. Okay, so I guess the last question is probably the biggest one that I say for last.
Alrighty, hit me.
And I'm not even sure if you can answer this because it might be too much.
No, well, go
But
on.
everybody wants to know the real reason why the trio split up.
Yeah, I had a feeling that one was gonna be around somewhere, but I really
Yeah.
actually can't talk about it.
Well,
Because it's like I actually do know the reason. I will be honest and admit that I do know. I was there for the conversations, and I was there with the investigations and everything. I did everything to make sure I understood what the heck is going on. But I can't tell anyone because that is between the trio. That is their privacy. If they want to talk
yeah,
about it, you'll have to ask one of them to explain it. And of course, they're gonna tell you their version of the story. And I do have all three versions of the story, but again, that's not my place to say because I'm the outsider. I have nothing to do with it. So
yeah,
unfortunately, it'll be anticlimactic. But yeah, I actually can't tell anyone about what happened. You're free to make your own theories, of course. But I would also say, just you can investigate whatever. That's fine. But if they don't want to talk about it, you'll have to convince them on your own.
I
Yeah,
can't explain.
yeah, I can't. I feel like it's not my business, nor is it my place. So it's like if your friend told you a secret and then someone else asks you like, "Hey, what was he talking to you about?" It's like that's between me and my friend, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate, I know. But if you have any more questions that might have popped into your head in the meantime, I'd be glad to answer those.
Okay. But unfortunately, I don't have any.
That's fine.
Well, it was nice talking to you, though.
Yeah, we had like almost a 40-minute conversation according to my timer. I did actually record it, by the way. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah, that's all.
Yep, yep. That was good. Alrighty. Yeah, it was
Well,
fun.
all
I
right.
hope to do this again sometime.
Well, maybe.
Alrighty.
Well,
Let me
bye.
just ciao ciao. Bum 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 bum. Ba-da-da, ba-da, bum 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 bum.